He wants to go out the door. I need to carry T-Rex down. Anyone want to go outside? Come on, Steve. Don't go around the chair. It messes everything up. There you go. T-Rex just pulled Steve out. 35 degrees, just about 9:30, December 12th. This is called seasonable weather. Actually, in New England, every kind of weather is called seasonable weather almost every day. He loves rubbing his back on the cement. It's one of the reasons he loves to come out. Any ice in the washing bucket? No. It's been about another inch and a half of water compared to 2 days ago. Ooh, we've got an incoming tanker. Can't plan those things. Anyhow, it's going to take him 10 minutes to get over here. Just about the time I'm done with this video. Wind from the west is best. Video camera froze there for a second. Not sure what's going on. Blue sky, blue water, wind from the west means high pressure is to our west. It's not that cold a high, but most spots in New England were pretty close to freezing this morning with a nice blue sky over Boston. Different story though, Jay Peak, Vermont, it's still snowing. A little J cloud going on. 18 inches of snow gets the season total to 110 inches so far at Jay, Vermont. Meanwhile, here in my backyard, we've had about 0.2 inches, another 109.8 inches to go. And the forsythia kind of blooming for us. That happens here a lot in January because the sun is right there between the houses. So technically it is cold air advection, but also there's a warm front going by to our north. You want to see yesterday's storm? There it is, kind of drawn out there south of Greenland. It did not meet expectations as far as wind goes, but we did get all the rain that we were forecasting and the snow. The snow worked out in Vermont. Of course, that didn't even come close to what it looked like from 7 days out, so you can't really trust those 7 days forecasts, can you? We thought it was going to be all rain all the way up into Canada with possible thunderstorms and heavy wind for all of New England. Instead, the wind really missed. We chased yesterday. I'll talk more about that in my and more going to Cape Cod yesterday. I didn't find any wind. Plenty of water, though. Anyhow, on to the next. So there's one high to our south right now, but there's technically a warm front going by to our north, and then another colder front coming in tomorrow. It's actually an Arctic front that's coming in tomorrow with some of the coldest air so far this season. Every Monday we get a storm. Every Wednesday and Thursday we say the coldest air so far this season. And that comes through maybe with some snow showers or squalls. Here's the HRR coming to northern Vermont. Well, actually not even, the snow showers aren't even leaving northern Vermont, but then they come into central and southern New England. Tomorrow, 6 to 7 p.m., a snow shower in Boston is possible. And that will leave us with a very cold morning on Thursday, coldest so far this season for a lot of us. And then a dramatic warm-up. All right, let's look at the Thursday morning map. That's a huge, powerful, high-pressure system over the eastern United States. We are on the cold side of it. Whenever you see such a strong, high-pressure system, you got to look to the south and west side of that. A front in South Florida, another front in Colorado, and we're going to have multiple low-pressure systems chasing that high-pressure system as it goes offshore. And just like what we were talking about a few days ago, it looks like a major storm is possible on the East Coast. And we were showing the Euro the last several days and just kind of chuckling at how weird it was. 1.3 days ago, it had a low in the Gulf of Mexico. The next day it was in Tennessee. The next day it was in Ontario and Quebec. Well, and as we were expecting here, we humble brag, that now it looks like that low wants to come right up into New England, and it's powerful too. I want to see the sequence. Here it comes, deepening right up the coast. It almost looks like it has a subtropical look to it with the heavy rain, and there will be some snow with this, but mostly it's going to be wind and rain for a lot of New England. At least that's the way it looks now, but you can't always trust these. Let's stop it at Monday evening. Right over Boston. That's a forecast of a 966 millibar low over Boston. That's 28.53 inches on your barometer. Pretty much the equivalent power of a Category 1 hurricane coming up the East Coast here next Monday. And even though it shows most of the precipitation as green, there will be snow on the west side of this system. So, oh shoot, Rick's tied around Steve's rope, which Steve's not even around. Sorry, get very distracted around here. So right now it looks like a mostly rainstorm. Where have we seen that before? Yesterday's storm was supposed to be mostly a rainstorm all the way up into central Ontario. And boy, did that turn around. What do we got here? Boating season never ends for those in Weymouth and Hingham and Quincy and Braintree. Where you going? Looks fun, huh? How's our tanker doing? Coming in there. Trying to stall. Actually, I think I am going to stall. I'm going to wait a few minutes for that to get closer. My eyes are not that good, so I can't really read the name of it. I'm sure those tugs are probably Justice and Independence or Freedom and Justice or something like that. Anyhow, let's continue. There is an alliance of pretty much all the guidance now calling for this major storm next Monday. Here's the graph cast, also with a sub 980 millibar low coming at us Monday into Tuesday. So it's pretty much a lock that there's going to be a major storm running up the East Coast early next week. The impact, though, is not a lock. I mean, we saw what happened with this last system, which was supposed to go into Ontario, ended up over Cape Cod. So there'll be a lot of waffling. That is, one run has it going up the Connecticut River, another run may have it east of Cape Cod, another run may have it west of Hudson River, and each one of those makes a big difference. And it's not like there's no cold around either. So this could turn into another sort of miracle snowstorm west of the Connecticut River. Let's look at the 850 millibar. I say that a lot. What am I talking about? The air temperature at around 2,500 feet, where blue is cold enough for snow and purple is very cold. So you get this shot of purple coming at, very cold coming in for our Thursday morning. But look how fast the yellow, very warm, perhaps record warm air coming at us from south central Canada on Friday into Saturday. And then here comes the blue again coming down. There's a pool of it coming out of the Midwest and also some purple trying to join up with it from south central Canada. And then as that storm forms and starts to come up, there's yellow on the east side of it, blue on the west side, and purple going all the way down the Mississippi River Valley. That is Arctic cold on the northwest side of this storm. So do not write it off as all rain until probably about Friday or so. So we have days and days to go on this system. Just admiring the tanker now. Why don't we shift gears? All right, so it looks like some just fine midweek weather. And we're just on this roll. Yesterday was the third Monday in a row with a storm. And it's the third week in a row, or fourth week in a row, I think, where we're talking about coldest so far this season. And then a warm up toward the weekend. Adriar Sevengard, right? From Sweden, right? I don't know. Sorry to make fun of accents. So anyhow, these things go by all the time. And that tanker, the lights, that's Independent. The tug is Independence. And no, that's Independence. The sunlight's reflecting off the white letters. I can't quite make it out. All right, anyhow, it's always interesting and fun. And the rain gauge, I made a major mistake yesterday. And my YouTube people are so great. Peter, Will, always there. He says, Tim, I'm not sure you did that measurement right. And you know what? You are right. So yesterday, it overflowed an inch, and it was up to 0.16. So I think what happens is 0.1 is 1 more inch, 2 inches more, 3. This thing holds 11 inches. So I was wrong by a decimal point. I had 2.6 inches of rain in the gauge yesterday, and it did not freeze last night. So thank you for calling my attention to that. I was in a real hurry, and I was not thinking clearly. So you can do an experiment and just, play around with it in the sink to figure it out. But yeah, these things hold 11 inches. So when it tips over, I know there's 2 inch. So it comes over after 1 inch, and then it would go 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch, 6 inch, 7 inch, 8 inch, 9 inch, 10, and 11, right? All right, I think that's how that works. There's always plenty of weather and a lot more. Oh, there goes one of the town boats off to Dunkin' Donuts. I'm kidding, of course. Something very important. Yesterday we chased to Cape Cod, did not catch up with the wind, but I did a lot of analysis as we were going to a beautiful, and I say beautiful because the matriarch of the family was 92 years old, funeral for Joanne S. Curley, and the family did such a great job, great sense of humor, and also appreciation for their mom. And the priest said, you know, we celebrate here the life of Joanne, and he says celebrate means to remember with gratitude. So we remember with gratitude all those who are not with us this Christmas season, our parents and loved ones we can't be with, but we'll always have the weather together. And I think our moms and dads are up there just kind of watching and smiling as we appreciate nature's majesty. Until we meet tomorrow. Oh, wait till you see what door I go out tomorrow. Snowing in Vermont, but backyard skating rinks in southern New England if it ever gets cold. Cleaning out the storm drains. Track being further east, everything moves further east, including the heavier rain here in Plymouth at 9 a.m. and the wind. Not much wind. We're on the cool side of the front at 46 degrees here, so we may be crossing into the warmer air and the heavier wind. Maybe a thunderstorm? This was supposed to be the time of the maximum wind on Cape Cod, but it's 46 degrees at the bridge, so the low went further to the east. What a difference a track makes. Also raining a lot harder down here than they said. Less wind, more rain. Passing a lot of power company trucks going off Cape, so they're releasing some of the crews. You can't see them here. Entering Dennis, 48 degrees, 9:15 a.m. So that low pressure system is going east of Bass River. It was forecast to be west of Toronto in the 5-day forecast. So never give up hope. Storm tracks change. Weather is always changing. Weather forecasts are always changing. It was supposed to be windy and warm this morning. Instead, it's pouring rain and fairly chilly. Going underneath Old Bass River Road, UK stomping grounds. Never been here before. It's only about 10 miles from where I grew up.
That's that on the case.
North side of Cape Cod, big hill here. I don't think I've ever been here before. Sears, family name. I know that from Yarmouth. And the rain let up. Sun's gonna try and come out. Monday, December 11th. Outdoor dining. Look at those gas supplies for the heating. Closed for the winter. So please use caution crossing the crosswalk to the restaurant for the winter. Going back in time a little bit here. Old Yarmouth Inn, stage stop 1696. And the sun's just coming out here on December 11th, 2023, in memory of Joanne S. Curley. The day started with air coming up from the Gulf of Mexico and really Central America. And the day is ending with air coming in from close to the North Pole. What a dynamic, beautiful weather system. And I'm glad we aired on the side of caution and it was less windy today than we thought it would be. Gorgeous. Old Kings Highway. These buildings have been here since centuries before I was born. This is why Cape Cod and New England has the most interesting weather on Earth. Amen.